Good morning and welcome to yet another Utah Highways Trail Report. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're the type of person who is filled with good intentions. Like you want to get up and get out and go for a run, or a bike, or a ride, because you know it's for you. You know it's going to make you feel good and you'll perform better for the rest of the day. You'll be happier, you'll look better, everything. Because you know it's good for you. In short, you know that nature is nurture. The whole argument about nature versus nurture, nature or nurture, it's a false dichotomy, isn't it? It's not one or the other. It's all these. Well, let me tell you about another false dichotomy, and that is that you don't have time to get out and go for a hike. That you're too busy and too stressed out, and you just can't fit it in. But you can. You just need to know some of the tricks to help make that happen. For example, finding a trailhead that is really nearby that you can access quickly. Good morning. And this one is exactly one of those. This is just up the street from the Conoco station that's at the mouth of Provo Canyon. And if you don't like making that turn there without the light, you can get here through the neighborhoods on 1060 North, right over there. And nice little cul-de-sac here. And then you get up here and all these fences, this is for Central Utah Water Project land. But they open up this trail that you can go through, and they just ask you to stay on the trail, which is pretty easy. So we're gonna go up here, we're gonna go 1 mile, and it's gonna take us up to the bottom of the shoreline, the dirt road, cuts across the canyon. Great little hike there. Well, easy, great views, all that, and access to tons of fabulous single track. And we'll go about half mile, and it'll be mostly the dirt road, and then it'll turn to some single track. And it has some surprisingly kind of secluded little areas along the way, and some nice views. And I think you'll like it. And you'll find that you don't have to have half an hour to drive to some trailhead and take yourself for a hike. You can find something that's maybe just minutes away from your place and get out there and contribute to your day. So let's go for it. Plus or minus 3 minutes is enough to get you to the top of these switchbacks here on this west face, and it's enough to get you views of, you can see some of the golf course over there, the elementary school right down here, the lake if it wasn't quite so hazy today. And if this is all you can spare, it is enough to add a lot of quality to your day. Luckily, they've been testing stuff, and one thing they've discovered is about high intensity workouts. And the science shows you don't need to go for a 10, 30, 90 minute run or hike to get a lot of benefit. You can stack up your exercise any way you want, just little bits at a time. So here's Provo Canyon. There's a road trailhead that's just over that hill and it wraps up. So recently comes right up there. Half a mile up, and we'll now leave the road and follow the single track. This road continues around and goes up, and it's going to meet us up there, but they want you to take the single track, and why wouldn't you? It's more beautiful and fun and interesting anyway. Almost there. One of the great things about this little trail here is that there's often this refreshing canyon breeze blowing from out of the canyon here. It's nice. Right now we're standing pretty much above those 400-foot cliffs that you see when you're driving down the canyon. Beautiful sight. Drove my truck here. It's closed, of course, and except for emergencies and stuff. And tied together a couple 200-foot ropes and rappelled down over this edge looking for wallet and keys of a kid who had enough, and he jumped off here. And if you are the kind of person right now who is thinking, hey, that sounds like a kind of good solution to my problems, then I have two things that I really want to say to you. Number one is that I'm sorry. Whatever you're going through, it's got to be really tough, and And life gets that way sometimes, so I'm sorry. I've kind of been there, not quite there, but myself. So I know how hard it can be, and it can last a long time. But number 2 is, please don't give up. It gets better. Billions of people on this planet, or for many eons humans have been here, have gone through similar things, and maybe not in the Middle Ages, but since then, I think billions of people can testify to you and tell you that it does get better. It doesn't last forever. And there are things you can do to make it better, and one of them is getting out and going for hikes like this. Like I said earlier, nature is nurture. It's good for you, and there are so many other things. Get some help. Just look it up on YouTube. Find solutions, and over time, they will get better. And I didn't mean to start this as a sales pitch, by the way, but I wrote a whole book about this. Like, it's called The Happiness Equation, and I've been interested in this topic for a long time. And so basically I boiled down, I'm like, what are all the things that make you feel better and contribute to happiness and eliminate or reduce the misery that we all go through sometimes? And came down to a very simple solution. So look that up on Amazon, The Happiness Equation. Look it up under my name, Sean Roundy, or go to the University of Life, uoflife.com. You'll find it there under books worth reading. And yeah, it gets better. So hang in there, tough it out, have some courage, believe in yourself, and do things that are good for you. All right, we're crossing this road again. You can just turn up right there. That is the top, the crest of this hill, or right up here. And right up here, you can also turn down and take that beautiful trail called Cliff. It takes you right alongside some of this. Let's go there and take a look at the view. Sorry, a little error correction. That Cliff trail cuts off just before you hit the road and goes down along there, and that'll drop you down into a whole racetrack area. Super fun, especially on bikes. Right on the corner as you turn left, then you can immediately cut up onto Betty, this trail that climbs up, and then there are Mouse and the rock pile up there, and Great Western. There are trails winding all over, back and forth over these foothills, around in front, up over Little Baldy. Anyway, that's it. Beautiful, isn't it? So accessible. So let's head on down, get some drone footage, and go home and get all those other things done. Hey, look, I found this trail name, Aquila, which I'm sure is Latin for eagle. And look, we've got its namesake buzzing right over there by the telephone pole. Except for the fact that one's a buzzard, it's a vulture, but they're practically the same thing. Just we're almost back down, and it was a lovely little hike. Thanks for watching and getting familiar with one more Utah highway trail. And until next time, this is Sean reminding you to make time for nature. And if you are not so fortunate as to have a nearby trailhead, then move. Seriously, what were you thinking when you bought that house, rented that apartment? But if you can't, maybe you at least have a local park or some grass in your backyard. Go down to Home Depot or go on the classifieds and buy some little umbrella to make it a pleasant place for you to be, and just get your feet on the dirt. It feels good. It's good for you. So be well. We'll see you next time.